and it's time. I'm gonna bring y'all closer though. Y'all need to be. Let's see. Whoa. Maybe not that close. Too close? What about far away? You get the whole library! Almost. This is the whole library, you guys. Like, I'm getting it done. It's like getting there. We finally have the shelves in stock. So that's exciting news. A lot of exciting news in this one. I am going to do my May recap as well as my little book haul because I got to meet Janine O'Reilly and it was freaking awesome. Okay? Let's get into it. I just know this quality is gonna be better. It better be better. It better be better. But look how cute these freaking cans are. No, this is not sponsored. Although if I was sponsored by them, it would be fracking awesome. But I'm not. So, get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack. We got lots to talk about book-wise. Let's go. First things first, recap on books. I read the Edge of Darkness trilogy for the first time. I don't have the physical copies because I read them on my Kindle. I will be getting the physical copies because I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was everything that I wanted in a dark, twisted romance. There was heartbreak, there was suspense, there was second chance, broken hearted, rip your heart out, throw it in a street. Let it get run over like Stitch was in the cartoon version of his movie. Try and put your heart back together. That is how that series felt to me, okay? It was wretched, but I loved it. All of it. I read Psychotic Obsession first. Now, I knew that one was a standalone before let me turn down these commercials so you're not getting the background noise. Where was I? Yes, so I read Psychotic Obsession first. Actually, my first Late Rivers book was Little Liar and Little Stranger, and I went back this month after reading the Edge of Darkness trilogy and read the Web of Silence duet again because of how the characters tied in. I remembered vaguely, especially when I got hit little bits of the audiobook. I needed to go back in and see and remember where bass came in, especially at the end of Little Stranger, or at the end of, was it? Which one's which? No, at the end of Little Liar. At the end of Little Liar, there is a few epilogues, there's a couple, and I don't want to spoil anything. If you want to read them, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend after, I don't know. I read these first and I thought that was fine. And then I finished the Psychotic Obsession, which I honestly loved reading Psychotic Obsession before reading the Edge of Darkness trilogy for the sole reason that I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So that's what I really, really liked about it, because a lot of things that you wouldn't know, or you would already find out. You would already find out quite a few things in the Edge of Darkness trilogy from Psychotic Obsession. So I really enjoyed reading that one first because it felt less of a spoiler to me. And then in the trilogy, it felt more just a reminder of things that happened in Psychotic Obsession. I personally love dark romance. If you're going to read these books, again, as I always say, please check your trigger warnings. Please don't come for me if you're oh my gosh, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. Check your warnings yourself. These books are not for everybody, and that's fine. That is fine. But they are for me. And I loved them. I ate that shit up. I also cannot wait for the other little duets and standalones that are coming in Lay's little world, I will say. I am beyond excited. beyond excited. So those were the first 4 books that I read this month, and I devoured them. I loved them so much. I thought they were fantastic. While we're on a dark kick, Grave Matter. Now, this is a psychological thriller, dark romance. What do we got here? What are your tropes? I don't even know. Doctor-patient type romance. Twists and turns. Honestly, there were some things, like I don't want to say that I guessed it because I didn't, but I had 2 things in my mind that I was like, it can go one of 2 ways, and I wasn't really set on which way it was going to go, and then I was shocked. I thought this was so interesting. I think that if you like The Last of Us and that's like kind of your vibe, but you want like a romance with it, this might be for you. I thought it was very interesting. There's some good puns in here. There's like a little bit of comedic relief because it does get pretty heavy. I also think this one is more so, let me see. Okay. Sydney goes to an island to study at a foundation and ends up getting lost in the sauce of all the things that she needs to do and what things that she needs to accomplish, while there are some strange things happening with the people, with the animals, and with herself that she needs to figure out. I couldn't put this down. I could not put this down. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it was like a 5-star read for me because of like what I said before. It was just like there were some things that I just like kind of guessed, but it was still great. It was still great, and I would recommend this be a read. I think this would be a great like fall read if you're not like, if you don't like, there's a little bit of horror in here. There's a little bit, but it's not anything, it's not, I don't know. I don't really know what I'm looking for, the words I'm looking for right now. But I would give this one a read if you like psychological thrillers and romance. Check your trigger warnings in here because it does get dark. It does get dark. Okay, I thought I lost you guys for a second. I didn't. The Perfect Divorce. Now, also I did get this little special edition because it matches the other one that I have for The Perfect Marriage. This one might not be the special edition, this might just be the normal one. The other one says it's like from the vault or something. Wait, is this gonna let me zoom in? Let me zoom in. Oh, I can't? That's whack. Whatever. Okay, anyway, The Perfect Divorce. I did get the little pretty sprayed version, this little pretty version. And then on My Perfect Marriage, it is like opposite, so the blood trickles down from the top instead of coming out from the bottom, which I just thought was a really cool detail. Anyway, let's get into the actual book. So, Sarah Morgan in the first book defends her husband in his crime, or potential his crime, in the dead body that was found in their cabin that she owns with him. She then, that's all book 1. Book 2, there are some more things happening. You do have to read book 1 for book 2 to make sense because there are a lot of characters in here and like it brings up the past and things that happened in book 1, so it just makes more sense. I will say I was a fan of this little like spin-off. A lot of times it's hard to do a second thriller because it's like, really, where can that go, in my opinion? But this one was done well, and I really think that for like a quick read and just like a little thriller, this was a good one. But again, you have to read the first one for this one to really make sense. This chunker, Clytemnestra, I did really enjoy this. This is a retelling of Clytemnestra, and she is the most badass female rage-filled character I have read in a while, getting through all of her life and the traumatic things that happened for her to be where she is, and her just getting all of her revenge. I thought it was beautifully written, and I think if you're a lover of Greek mythology, kings, queens, and all of the things like that, you will really enjoy this book, especially if you want something. If you are heavy into retribution, I think this book is probably for you, especially if you like Greek mythology and that realm. And a retelling. This is, again, a retelling. All the little raindrops. All the little raindrops. I don't know why I like slur my words when I say this book so much, but I do. I really liked the beginning. I went into this blind and it didn't have triggers or anything. I think it should. I thought it was very strange that it didn't, in my opinion, because this is a dark book. Although, yes, thriller and suspense, it is still kind of dark. So I personally think it should have had triggers. It did not. Go into it with caution if you are sensitive to such things. Noelle and Evan get trapped in cages. That's how this book starts, when they're on their spring break and they need to figure out their way out of it. I enjoyed the beginning of this book. I didn't really love how it went to like 10 years later or something, once they like got out, essentially. I think if it would have just stayed with their story continuously, it would have been more interesting than the jump ahead in time. My personal opinion. I thought it was a good book, but the ending just kind of fell flat for me, which was very upsetting because I think it had potential to be a lot better. So I guess that really wasn't that big of a spoiler, because I guess even on the back it tells you years later, but like still, I don't know. It just seemed to fall flat for me, which was kind of a bummer. I think this is the last one. I'll have to double check with you guys, the last one that I read. But A Study in Drowning. I bought this book almost a year ago, I think. I don't remember. Honestly, I was drawn to it because of how beautiful the book is. It is a young adult magic fantasy type book, collegiate dark academia style. Effie is part of the architecture college, even though she is a literary person at heart, and then ends up getting to enter into a competition where she can redesign the estate of her favorite literary person, the person that she looks up to the most. And it goes through her and, I don't want to say his name wrong, Preston. I don't know why I was thinking Evan Pattinson for some reason. That makes no sense to me. Anyway, Preston is on a mission to basically derail her favorite literary master. So master's not he's a master of literary arts, I guess I would say. But it is their story together. It is a little bit of a romance. It's a young adult, which I don't usually pick up a lot of young adult, but this one just intrigued me and I was really glad that I read it. I'm very excited to read the second book. It comes out, I think, next month in July, and then there's going to be like a little novella in December, but it will be just the main duology with, again, that little novella coming out as well. So yes, I enjoyed this one. It was definitely a nice break between all of the dark shit that I read all the time. So I think that's also why I enjoyed it, and it has just like a special place in my heart because it was just a nice palate cleanser for all of just the dark things that I read. So I thought this one was really beautiful. I got to a month ago, what am I saying? I got to this month, literally on Tuesday, I went to meet Janine O'Reilly and get books signed because book number 4 of, you guys have heard me talk about it so many times, my favorite frackin' series came out. Book number 4, this completes it. It will be just a 4-book series. And this one, I'm a quarter of the way through it and I don't know what to do with myself. I might be more than a quarter of the way through with it. Hold the phone. Because I'm on chapter, wait a minute. Oh, I just spoiled that for me. I wasn't that far. I'm so pissed. Damn it! Well, I'm so glad you guys got to experience that with me. I am mad. Did I miss something here? Okay, well anyway, I skipped too far ahead, ruined it for myself. I'm just under 100 pages in right now, and I am loving it. I'm so excited. I got it signed because we're gonna do a little book haul and all of that fun stuff. So I got the first book signed. I wanted to bring all of my books to get signed, but I felt like uncomfortable bringing all of my books just because I know how much time it takes like per person to sign a book, and like no, you would think it doesn't like take that long, but I don't know, I just felt bad. So I got this one and the new one signed. So I'm very excited for that. That was really fun. And then I do have a second version, not even version, a second book of the normal version because I'm giving it to my mother-in-law and because she needs to finish the series as well. So yeah, so there's that. Along with my book haul. So I've been really, really wanting to read this dark romance for so long, and I think it's cool to go to different bookstores because they sometimes have really different stuff, which is really nice because I don't see this typically at like Barnes & Noble. I don't see it at Target and stuff like that. So I was very excited to find it at one of the stores, The Sweetest Oblivion. This is the Maid series. There's 3 in this series, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it's like a mafia romance type, so I am stoked. I've heard very good things about this. So when I saw it, I had to grab it. I was gonna grab the physical copies of the Edge of Darkness trilogy that I read last month, but I didn't because typically my points on Amazon, oh wait, no, that's only for Kindle points, books, I don't know. Sometimes I get a better deal on Amazon and like I just wanted to wait for those. This book I didn't get on the trip, but I might do a reading vlog of this one because I'm so interested. I'm going in blind. Also, look how beautiful. Look how stunning this book is. This is, I don't really know, unhinged, dark romance with snakes that teach sex. I don't know. There's a lot happening. I read a couple pages and then I set it down because I was like, there's other books I need to read to start. But that one I just got because it was pretty and I need to read it before the next one comes out. But I'm very excited for this one. And that wasn't part of my haul this weekend, or this week. I just wanted to show you guys. I've got this one. This one, Fable for the End of the World. This is a dystopian, I think slight romance. The Lamb's Gauntlet is a live streamed assassination spectacle. So, I picked this one up because it's like kind of Hunger Games-esque, and that seemed very interesting to me because I'm curious on how someone else would create that world. Seems fascinating to me. And I did read A Study in Drowning is also by Ava Reed, and I liked her writing style, so I feel like I'm going to enjoy this one as well. I'm really hoping so. The book is also frackin' beautiful. It is stunning. Like the dust jacket's really pretty, and then even like the end pages are interesting. I just thought those were cool. And then it has a like chrome metallic foiling on the main like book, which is just cool. The only thing that bothers me about this book, and if you follow my TikTok and you saw my video on my haul, it bothers me that the pages are so thin. I don't know why they're thin. They're literally like, I don't know if anybody's felt a Bible page before, but they're literally like as thin as a Bible page, and I feel like I'm going to tear it, and it makes me so nervous. So, yeah. That being said, gonna be careful with this one. In the fall, I want to do a reread of Hunting and Haunting Adeline, including Satan's Affair, which I have read. I've read those 3, but now that, and I haven't read Molly, which I know has been out for a bit, but now that we have Phantom, I want to read them in like what I'll call my order. I want to read Phantom. No, I'll probably read Satan's Affair first because I just really loved that one. So I'll probably read Satan's Affair, Phantom, Hunting Adeline, Molly, Haunting Adeline. I just think that that would be an interesting order. I don't know what H.D. Carlton's actual order is, but that's what I plan on doing, and I think it's going to be really cool. So I grabbed these because Target has its BOGO deal right now, and I've been really wanting them, and that just seemed like a really good deal to me. I also got caught up. Now, this is a dark romance, and it is, I think, the same, like this has characters that I think are also from Lights Out, if I remember correctly, and I'm very excited for this one. And if you are into audiobooks, Teddy Hamilton is the one. There was also a lot of discourse on Teddy Hamilton being the one to record, like be the voice actor for this book. Not sure why that was such an issue. I'm excited for it. I don't know why people were like had so much fucking ass to say about it, but screw them, whatever. They shouldn't get to enjoy it if they're gonna complain about it, in my opinion. This is a dark romance, but it's a very like what I would call a rom-com dark romance. Actually, that's not true. The first one was. I don't know what this one is because I haven't read it, but I feel like it might have that similar vibe. So this is less like a Rena Kent style dark romance and more like a Brynn Weaver style dark romance because it has like the lightheartedness that some of those other books don't have. So keep that in mind and just know that. Also, other things, oh, that was so loud, I'm so sorry. Also, I have my Etsy shop is now up and running, which is very exciting. And I'm going to be adding a ton of more charms on there because I do want to have a good amount of like pre-made like book specific charms, like just so that way if someone just like doesn't really want to do a custom one, they can just select from what I have on the shop. And also my library is done. Well, like kind of. Depending on when we like plan on moving, we might get more shelves if I need them, because then the bookshelves will extend like behind me here, and then all of this art is going to go on the wall where with the stairs, because I just think that that would be very interesting and very cool, especially for the size of this room. But we'll see when it gets there. Although my shelves are filling up a lot faster than I thought they were going to, if we're being honest. Like I haven't even bought, other than like this stack, I've bought a few more books, and it's already filling up pretty quick. So I'll keep you guys posted on that and everything else. But that's really it and all I have for books for now. This one probably seems so much shorter because I'm not cramming in 2 months worth of crap, so take that for what it is. I'm glad that it was a little bit shorter, a little bit sweeter, and I will hopefully see you guys on the next one. Talk soon.